There's this epidemic going around of people seeking handouts. And I don't understand it. I've never seen more people in my entire life work to or focus on looking for somebody else to put them on. And let me tell you the type of mentality that breeds. That breeds an entitlement mentality. It doesn't breed success. It doesn't breed growth. It doesn't breed work ethic. It does not breed a great network. What it breeds is a entitlement mentality that does not translate into success. And this is one of the reasons why I'm so heavy and I'm so hard on investing in yourself, putting your own money up, stacking enough to where you can actually initially make the payment to get yourself on, to put yourself on. Because let me tell you why. First and foremost, just because you have this mentality of using other people's money to get rich does not necessarily translate into success. You still got to have a work ethic. You still got to have the business acumen. You still got to have a great network. You still got to know how to manage people effectively. You have to have so many tools in your toolbox to all work simultaneously together to help you to become successful. And just because you go and get a blueprint, or you go and get somebody else's money, or you get somebody to put you on, that will not hit, and that will not necessarily make you successful. You know what it's going to do? It's going to ruin relationships. You're going to ruin family members. You're going to mess up your credit, and then you're going to put yourself in a bind and in a hole, and then everybody going to be looking at you and looking at you funny. When I did a video a few days ago, and the video basically was saying, yo, put your own money up. And then I seen plenty of people inside of the comments saying, no, you got to use other people's money to get rich. This is how they did it. Tesla, Amazon, Apple, whatever, so on and so forth. You know what people did first before any investor noticed them, and then they tapped in with them, and then they made an informed decision as to whether or not they wanted to rock with them? They analyzed the person that had put their own money up first, put their own effort up first, put their own equity up first. How many people would y'all actually do business with? Right? Let's just say somebody come to you with a business idea. The first thing that I ask them before I vet the business idea itself is I vet the person. And in vetting the person, I need to find out, how much equity do you have in it? How invested in it are you? Am I going to want more for you than you want for yourself? Right? Are you going to fumble my money because you don't have no value for money itself? Do you have a genuine vested interest in seeing this thing successful, or is this just a shakedown? Is this just an opportunity? See, more important than the business idea itself is the person behind the company. And too many people want handouts. And when I see people wanting a handout, and I'm not talking about somebody that's looking for a partner, somebody that's looking for, you to invest in an idea that they've already vetted out, that they just need an extra boost or oomph in order to get popping. Or even you, let's just say you're the one, or you're the recipient on the other end. And of course we got the little nuanced situations. Well, if you got real estate, then unless you paid cash for the whole thing. Listen, try to read between the lines and get the context of what I'm telling you, right? The reason why I don't like this idea that they got coming out with Bank of America, in which you don't have to put anything down, is because how can you prove yourself worthy of being able to afford, and not only afford, but be able to keep up with for the next 30 years, successfully managing doing something effectively? Most situations, they want you to put something up, right? It's a reason why it's called private mortgage insurance. If you only put less than 20% down on a property, is because they want to protect themselves, and they know that you're more likely to not be successful in paying off this mortgage than somebody that's putting up 20%. Because the person that put up 20% don't want to lose their investment. They don't want to lose that money that they put up already. They don't want to lose that $50,000, $100,000. That's just so foreign to people. It's foreign to people putting down $100,000 on something, right? Showing a good faith effort towards actually making this thing work for you. It's so foreign to people to have to actually make a sacrifice and not go to the store. Maybe you tighten up your budget a little bit. Maybe you downsize your life so you can actually invest in your business. It's so foreign to people to stay broke for an extended period of time so that you can go to school and get a real degree, right? Investing in yourself not looking for a handout. And then you find yourself on the other end of the spectrum, because let's be clear, just because you say using other people's money in order to get successful don't necessarily mean you're successful, which is one of the reasons why the majority of businesses fail within the first 3 years of launching. Most businesses fail, which means that whoever it is that's loaning the money, whether it's a bank or whether it's a family member, is trying to minimize their risk, make an informed decision, and then try to prevent themselves from losing a shirt by giving their money to you. Why would somebody, think about it, why would you, let alone somebody else, give their money to somebody else, not understanding whether or not they're going to make good on what it is that they're doing? It's easy to look at the success stories. Well, look, Apple became successful. But what about the millions of other small businesses that went out of business and was not successful? It's a ton of them. A ton of them. And what we like to do, we like to point to the one that is successful and use that as the example to illustrate our point. Right? We don't like to point to the overall data and say, unless it's relationships, because we quick to point out how many marriages fail, the birth rate going down, modern women, body count. We want to have that conversation when it comes to relationships, but we don't really want to have that conversation when it comes to business, because it's all about what everybody else can give you in order to help you to become more successful. And then if you become more successful, you don't even want to share the equity like you're supposed to. Then they got to sue your way just to be able to get their investment back. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And so for me, I believe in investing in yourself. I believe in investing in yourself when it comes to your education. I believe investing in yourself when it comes to your business, and even when it comes to your corporate job. I think that people should continue to be lifetime students, whether that be you going to school, whether that be you learning a new skill, whether you being you're continuously upgrading who you are as a person, new life skills, growth, opportunities, not just being happy, not just being content, not working so that you can start to die. You know, people that want to work so they can basically retire and start dying. You know, I don't understand this whole handout culture. I can't fathom begging the government for them to be able to forgive my student loans in order for me to survive. It's crazy. You eat what you kill. You continue to invest in yourself. And listen, maybe I'm just different. Maybe I got a completely different strategy. You know, every dime that I get, I look to get rid of it because it's an opportunity for me to reinvest in myself. Every single thing that I do is a reinvestment into the thing that's going to be best for me long term. I don't mess around. And so, you know, that's my suggestion for you also. Always be investing in yourself. And then if somebody taps in with you and say, hey, you got something good going on there, can I know about it? Get hot on your own first. Create a following on your own first. If you have to start from the ground up, from the mud, and you have to build a following one person at a time, and I'm going to drop a Patreon video about how I built what I've built, both from a business perspective and from a content creation perspective. It was not by mistake. It was not happenstance. I didn't get lucky. Everything I got it the hard way. Everything I got it out the mud. Every single person that rock with me, you know, they rock with me because I continue to add value into their life. I'm always investing in people. I'm always investing in myself, and I'm always going to make sure that you're taken care of. So make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Come and rock out with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in. Let's get to this money, man. Let's get to this bag. All right? I love you. I appreciate you. Some of y'all need to tap in with me on a coaching call. Real talk. Email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com, and we're going to get you scheduled for a Zoom call. We're going to get you scheduled for a personal phone call, and we're going to make sure you take care of. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Put more into yourself than you expecting for somebody to put into you. Don't look for a handout. Stop feeling entitled like somebody owe you something. Nobody owes you anything. It's time to put the work in. It's time to grind. And you get out of it what you put into it. Sow your seeds. And then stick with it long enough for it to work out for you. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace, man.